Hello from the tent. This is a short week because of Good Friday, so everything's kind of getting packed up here. Gonna get to go home and see my wife for the weekend. And given that it's a long weekend, I'm gonna actually do a lot of the at-home prep stuff in the tent and get stuff ready, because being out here, there's so little available at the hardware stores. There's no camping stores, that type of thing. There's been a bunch of people who I gotta give a shout out to have sent money for beer. One fellow thought it was for gear, and he still sent money, and he said, well, beer's even better. So good shout out to these guys here that are helping me out with this, going through school and stuff. And again, it feels like I'm not here alone. I am here alone having a beer, but yeah, I know you guys are at home commenting and watching and stuff like that. So I filmed footage last week when I tore down the campsite. I'm just going to play that for you so you get an idea of how quickly it all comes down and goes back into the truck. Next week I've got a few extra things that I've come across. Some good friends from school have extra solar panel. We're going to mess around with some of that stuff. And just to kind of, I have electricity, but we're going to see how we could do it without a hookup here if need be. And we'll scavenge some firewood from the school there and kind of do it an off-grid week next week. I still need to plug in my phone, and because I got to do studying and charge up the camera batteries and that type of thing. But next week we're going to try and do it, more off-grid, and that's hopefully going to work out good. But we'll tear it on the site, and then this weekend we'll have videos of just getting the gear prepped, because I carry so much stuff with me back and forth every week. It's just daunting task to get done school on Friday, take it all down, load it up. But I got to simplify things. Aside from the solar aspect, we're going to work on that. But here we go. Oh, she was a fine shelter, but off I go for the weekend. At long last, I'm putting the silicone on this stove jack. So I'll remove the safety pins here that have been holding it, well, some of them. I'll remove them, and I'll smear this on. I've no experience doing anything like this on a stove jack, so a heads up here, this will be, well, trial and error here. I can be a cautionary example, or maybe if it works, you can do the same. So my plan is I'm going to put some of the silicone on the back of it. This is high temperature silicone made for stoves, wood stoves, the joints and the piping. So I'm gonna hopefully, yeah, this looks like the good stuff that we use at work. But I'll get some on here. I'll cut off this excess bit of the original part of the tent. And I'll slap this on, and we'll see how this turns out and how it dries. But basically, I'm just gonna give it what for on the silicone, and I'm gonna use the safety pins again, and I'll batten it down. So that's the name of the game. All right, I'm going to keep some pressure on this until it gets tacky enough, and I got to deal with the wood stove, clean out that flue while this is curing. But from what I see so far, I think it's a winner. Hey guys, I think the fact that I'd been using this for a year or so has got it a little bit warped. Don't be like Steve. When you get a stove jack, install it right away and then it'll line up a lot more flush. But I have to keep going back and forth trying to get the wrinkles out, but it's gonna work. And it's already starting to dry. So I'll keep checking on this back and forth, but we're gonna get that stove cleaned out because I noticed a lot of creosote and soot in the flue when I took it apart for the weekend. So from here, next stop, the backyard, and we'll try that out. For people just catching up with this, they don't know the whole story, I do come back to see my wife on the weekends, so it's not a full solid 8 weeks. That might be actually easier to save all the teardown and setup, but that's the main goal, is to save the money when I'm out there in school and have a good time, because I like camping and I get at least time on the weekends to pick up supplies, because it's a small town I'm in, and repair my gear. So this is working really, really well. And off to the stove now. So all inside of these stovepipes, it's just getting a little bit coated. I'm not sure if it's normal soot or creosote, but these chimney sweeping logs are cheap, so I'm just going to give them a try. And we'll go from here. So I'm going to throw this stove together, and we're going to have a little fire out in the backyard tonight. When I took this thing apart, I dented the top one, so I'll hammer that out this weekend. But in the meantime, it's almost April 1st, and normally the snow's gone by this time of year. But it's almost as if they figured, hey, Steve's going to be camping, let's keep it cold this year. Should have worn gloves for that, but okay, we'll get this started and hopefully it cleans out nicely. I don't know how much cleaner it's going to look, but as long as most of the crud is off of there. Okay, so the lighting instructions on this, they say for best results to start a fire to begin with, and that'll get the draft going up the flue. But I don't have that much time or firewood. But you can use this, light both ends, this side up. Should be able to do that. Just in like so. Yeah, that was a highly dirty flue, and I'm not expecting it to be spick and span, but last thing I need is a chimney fire in the tent. And now she is burning, and you can smell it. I'm gonna get away from this smoke because it doesn't smell toxic, but I'm sure it is. It definitely has an acrid aroma. I'll let this burn down, and maybe in the future I'll just use a chimney sweeping thing. I had enough time to get a haircut, waiting for that thing to burn, and it's still burning. But this is very nicely secured on here. I can probably add some more silicone if I want to on the very outsides and the insides, but this is not going anywhere. I'd have trouble ripping it off. So that was a good a good move for this. It's secured. I didn't need any rivets because it's not hurricane strength winds I'm going up against. But if I really did want to, I could easily put them in now. And that fire is slowly burning down outside, and we're going to see what it did with that flue, because I don't know, these logs claim to be, chuck them in the fire. I probably would chuck them in the fire in the future because that bag really doesn't like good, but I might probably just end up grabbing the the actual proper tools for the job, but we'll see what it does. So, out for now. It's all burned down now inside here, and you know what it smells like? It smells like a charcoal barbecue starting up, which is a good smell for some, not a good smell for others, but that's what it smells like. A little bit of smoldering left, but I'm pulling apart this stovepipe and we're going to see exactly what's happened since I threw it in there. Not a lot of ash coming out of it. Give me a break. And it kind of looks the same, if not worse, than it did before. So in the future, we're going to be using the old brush. That might be another project this weekend. So thanks everyone for watching this crummy video on the weekend. I know it's not, I normally try to do something good and in the bush, but I thought I'd give an update on kind of what I'm doing at home. And it's my wife's birthday tomorrow on April 1st. So I'm about to clean the house and get a bunch of other stuff ready for her. So happy birthday, love. And everybody else out there, thanks for watching. And we'll keep putting them up. Back off on Monday or Tuesday out to the campsite. Till then, you're camping with Steve, and hunker down.